guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my outdoor garden. So I know it's been a long time coming, y'all. I have missed my garden. I know you have missed my garden as well. Some of you guys have been messaging me, asking me when I'm going to do gardening videos. So here we are, and today I'm going to be kicking off my spring cleaning challenge. It is going to be an 8-week challenge. I'll leave some details down in the description box. Also, check me out over on my Instagram if you're not following me there. There will be more information about the challenge if you would like to join me. But today, yes, we are kicking it off with spring cleaning up my outdoor garden beds. I have 10 beds to clean up, you guys, and I have a lot of weeding to do, a lot of weeding and a lot of cutting back. So let me just go ahead and flip the camera around, show you guys what it's looking like, and then we'll get to work. Okay, you guys, so here's what my front yard is looking like. I'm standing at my front porch. So this is my front garden bed that you guys just saw me do a full overhaul and makeover last fall. So let me swing around the front to show you guys what's going on. Okay, so here's a front view for you guys. It did just rain, so it's a little bit wet out here, but I'm going to try and get this done before the rain comes back. So here's what everything is kind of looking like. It's not much to look at now just because everything is kind of waking up still. My rhododendron there in the back is budding up, ready to put on its show. I'm excited for that. Definitely have some weeding that I need to do throughout the bed. I also need to pull out my purple fountain grasses back there. Those are annuals in my area, so those were not expected to stay. They were just temporary pop of color. But you guys, check out the blooms here. Aren't these just a sweet, dainty little bloom? Love, love, love that. That plant is doing so well. So I'm going to leave that there. That is my lungwort. I do also have another one that I was rehabbing. That one came back to life, you guys. I'm excited to share that with you as well later on. My heucheras are still here, doing well. I do need to relocate my 3 crepe myrtle trees. At some point, they were just put in this bed. Again, as I stated last fall, this is just a overwintering bed to get the plants through the winter. They'll be moving later on in the season. Also, check out the new growth on my sedums. So pretty. I love seeing that lush green new growth every year, you guys. I just need to cut back the spent blooms. Ignore that pile of stuff back there. That's just some extra house plant soil. I was repotting a plant and just dumped it into the bed. I will be remulching this bed, so everything will look nice and tidy when I'm done. I did plant some daffodil bulbs that are finally starting to come up, you guys. I was worried because I got these in the ground so late, but they are starting to peak up, and these will naturalize. So I do have a little drift going along the front here I'm excited about. My pansies didn't do too hot this winter. They struggled all winter long. The ones down here did a little bit better just because they did get a little bit more sun. But yeah, these were all just temporary, just something to look at to carry me through the winter. So all of these will be removed. I do also need to pot up my planter here. And my Limelight is starting to bud. This is my little lime. You can see it's starting to leaf out just a little bit. This is the perfect time to start pruning all of your Limelights, little limes, anything in that Paniculata hydrangea family. Now is the time to start pruning those. I did prune this last fall just to help alleviate on what I would have to do this spring. So this one's already good to go. I did also prune, you can see my Limelight tree over there. That has already been pruned. I also have one on this side that has been pruned as well. So good on the Limelights in the front bed. My daylilies are coming back well. All of my arborvitae balls, these are my Anna's Magic balls. They're all doing great. This, I think, is their 4th year in the ground. So they're starting to fill out nicely. I definitely need to do some weeding and remulching in both of those beds lining my driveway. Down here at my mailbox bed, you guys, I think this is going to be a whole nother overhaul. I know I just planted this a year ago, but I'm just not in love, you guys. I definitely still will keep my Carissa hollies here. They stay this lush green color all year round. They are evergreen, so I'm loving those. But my Japanese Pieris over here, and also the one over there on the corner, they just look raggedy, y'all. I'm not in love, and they look this way pretty much all year round, so I'm going to be pulling those and replacing them. And then I did also have, I think this is some type of daisy here, a double scoop daisy of some sort. It did great. And then also had one over here. So this one obviously did a lot better than the other one. I don't know why the other one is so like died back, but we'll see. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to overhaul this bed here. Also need to clean out the planter. I've got some pansies in there that did not do well. And then I also need to fertilize and water this rehab clearance tree that I got. This is what my barberry bed is looking like. Very, very weedy, and just a lot of pruning and trimming that needs to happen in this bed. I definitely still love the barberries. The two in the back don't look like anything right now, but they will be a nice burgundy color later on in the season. And then this one over here, they all just need to be shaped at this point. I do have a butterfly bush here that I'm just not in love with. I mean, I love the plant, it's doing great, but I don't love it sitting in this location. So that will be moving. I do also need to restake my Japanese maple here. It has outgrown its stake. As you can see here, that limb needs to be pointing straight upward. But it is starting to leaf out, you guys. Do you see these buds? So exciting. This tree is so gorgeous when it's in full bloom. So I'm excited about that. Got more barberries over here that just need to be shaped. These are all burgundy colored. And then check out this euonymus, you guys. This is the white and green one. But all of this yellow foliage that you're seeing is all new growth from this spring. Like, this struggled last year when I planted. I got it on clearance and it's coming back so full. I'm so excited to see this one fill out. Definitely need to cut back all of my fountain grasses. I'll trim those down today. Also, definitely will be redecorating. I still have my fall sign out here. I didn't decorate for Christmas, as you all can see. So yeah, going to redecorate my patio as well. Here is a closer look at my Limelight tree that I said I had already pruned. As you can see, it is starting to leaf out. So I'm excited to see how this one performs this season. This will be its first full year in the ground. Moving on, this is the east side of my house. This is the shade garden that you guys saw me create last fall. Everything has come back so nicely. I'm so pleased with it. I definitely have some weeding I need to do around the trash can landing that I created. But this is my other lungwort, you guys. It's come back and look, it's also going to be blooming. So excited. So glad that I was able to rehab that one and make it come back to life. It's going to stay there for now. We'll see how it does throughout the season. These are my 3 Distiliums that I got on clearance for $10 each. They're all still looking pretty bare at this point. I'm hoping they will leaf out a little bit heavier throughout the season. But y'all, I had no clue that these produce a berry and bloom. Like, this was such a cute surprise when I came out here. I'll insert a picture of when they were just starting to bud up or when they were actual berries. But yeah, didn't even know that, so that was a nice little surprise. I do have some hostas down here that I need to just kind of clean up. You can see the dead foliage there, so I'll clean that out. They haven't started peeking through yet, but I'm not too worried. I'm pretty sure they survived. They're just a little delayed in coming up. Same thing with my 3 grasses here. Just need to cut those back. This shrub right here, unfortunately, I think is the only plant that did not make it through the winter, so I will be pulling that and replacing it. My 2 arborvitaes are still doing well in their pots. Again, they're in the pots temporarily and will be moving into a permanent location in my backyard later on. Y'all, I'm so excited about my hydrangea hedge here. Look at my little babies. They all came back and survived the winter, and they're fleshing out so nicely. I love seeing this lush green new growth. Like, oh, that's so exciting. So I do have just a little bit of weeding to do in the back, and then my lilies are coming up nicely. I've got a hosta here, still plenty of empty space to fill in with more annuals and perennials. This last plant over here, I need to correct myself. I actually have 2 plants that did not make it through the winter. This was a hibiscus that I got on clearance, and I did scratch it earlier. There's no green up under the bark here, and this is really squishy. So fortunately that one did not make it. It was a free plant, so didn't really miss out on any money there. I'll just replace it with something else. And yeah, so that is my shade garden so far. Swinging around to the backyard, lots of cleaning up that I need to do, a lot of cutting back on my perennials. I also need to blow out the leaves that have accumulated around the plants. But everything is coming back nicely. I don't see anything that did not survive the winter. I do need to probably relocate that, what is that? That's a boxwood back there. I think it's getting too much rain because my gutters kind of overflow and it's starting to yellow out there. So I'll probably relocate that one. But my Limelights, everything is starting to leaf out nicely. I just need to cut everything back, clean everything up. So yeah, backyard it looks like a mess right now, you guys, but it'll be pretty, I promise, in like 3 or 4 months. Did not get to my patio makeover last year. That is something that will be on the to-do list for this year at some point. I just got a little carried away last year with all of my makeover projects and all the beds I was creating. So didn't get to do the patio. I will be doing that this year, hopefully. We shall see. Moving right along. Still a lot of cleaning up and cutting back that needs to happen in this bed. This is all perennials, you guys. But check out this cute little bloom. Oh, it's so sweet to see a pop of color at this time of year coming out of such a drab, rainy, wet winter. And then lastly, over here on the west side of my house, we have my Limelight hydrangea hedge. You guys saw me do a full makeover on this bed as well last year. I formally edged the bed with these pavers. I also underplanted everything with Liriope, which also needs to be cut back at this point. It's all alive, which I'm happy about, but just needs to be cut back to flush out with new growth this spring. And then I also did put everything on drip in this bed as well as all of the beds back here in my backyard. They're all on drip, which makes my life so much easier. So yeah, I just need to come in, prune back everything. I also am going to try to find some larger hoop stakes for these Limelights. These worked great last year, but as you can see, my Limelights are a whole lot bigger. So I'm going to try and find a temporary solution or a better solution for these this year. Lastly, we have my Endless Summer hydrangea, which is still here, you guys. I decided not to move it just because it was doing so well. It is leafing out great. I'm still undecided if I want to keep it here, but I'm just going to do a little bit of cleaning up, pull out the old spent blooms. This one blooms on old wood, so I will not be pruning it until after it has bloomed. So that is pretty much it. That is the before. That's what my garden is currently looking like. I'm going to get to work, start cleaning up, and then I will show you the after.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
Boy, that looks better already, just having those two dead grasses removed out of the bed. So I am just going to go in and put a fresh layer of mulch, and I will also be replacing my azaleas on that back row and also relocating most of the plants in this bed, which will be at a later date. Today is just about cleanup, so this bed is clean. I am going to cut back my lamb's ear probably tomorrow, and then I have a couple of plants that I want to remove from my mailbox bed, so I'm going to do that now and call it a day. Okay, y'all, so I've got on long sleeves because I'm actually allergic to fountain grass, so this is my protection. And then I also have a new string trimmer that I'm going to try out today. trying turning this off. This was a disaster. All right, you guys, so I finally got the grasses cut back. Clearly, I just need to stick with my manual tools because I used the power tools on this one, and I just ended up using my manual hedge trimmers to cut these two back. It went way faster and easier, so yeah. All right, you guys, so I am done cleaning up for today. This is gonna wrap up Monday. I did cut the grass, edged everything. I also cleaned up this bed here. I pulled all of the weeds. I really only had 2 plants to cut back here, which were my sedums. It made it easy because I had already trimmed my little lime over there, so I didn't have much pruning. I did decide to leave my pansies in for now until I decide what I want to plant as my main annuals for this year. It just looks so much better having those 2 dead grasses removed. I will be redoing this back row this summer just because I really don't like how the azaleas look when they're not in bloom. So after they bloom, those will be removed and replaced with something else. I will also be decorating in another video. This again is just the spring cleanup. So yeah, just need to mulch this bed. And then I did also remove 2 plants here. I removed the pieris I had here and the pieris that was over there. I also have cleaned out my planter, so that is ready for planting. Same thing for this side. I pulled all of the weeds in this bed. I still need to stake this tree. I need to go buy some stakes to stake it, but I have not like shaped my bushes yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And yeah, as you guys saw, I just cut all my grasses, so everything is nice and tidy. I'm so excited. I will call it a night for today and pick up tomorrow, which will be my side bed cleanup. Hey y'all, so it is now Tuesday. We are on day 2 of my spring cleanup. So yesterday I finished most of my beds in the front. I still need to mulch my beds and stake my Japanese maple. But today I'm actually going to tackle my limelights. I have a lot of pruning to do. They're starting to leaf out quite a bit, and I want to make sure I get those pruned before they leaf out too much. So let me go ahead and show you what needs to be done. Okay, so here is my limelight bed. The sun is just starting to peek around the corner for the afternoon, so I'm going to try and start down towards the end and then work my way back just because of filming purposes. The sun creates really harsh shadows for you guys, so I'm going to try to work as fast as possible, but I am going to be pruning all of these down, cutting out the weak limbs, just so that these big, strong stems are left. These big, tall stalks is what we want to be left with. All of these little wimpy side stems, like this one here, that one there, all the little smaller limbs is what I'm going to be trimming out. If you guys have not seen my limelight pruning videos, I have a couple of them on my channel because I do them every single season. I will link those down in the description box and the cards for you to check out, and I go into way more detail and depth in explaining on how to prune limelight. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to try and knock out cutting these back, and then I also will be pruning back my liriopes down here. This is all growth from last fall that has just kind of been smashed from the winter. Just going to cut them back so they can flush out nice and healthy for the spring. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the camera and get to work. Alright you guys, so all of the Limelights are pruned. The sun is officially completely on this side of the house now. I actually have to go back in because I was doing this on my lunch break. So I will be back later on tonight to do the Kreatyve and fertilizing. Okay y'all, so I'm back. I am off work now, so I'm going to finish cutting back my Kreatyve, fertilizing all of my Limelights, and then I also need to stake my Japanese maples. So let's get to work. Okay, you guys, so here is a better example of what I meant about cutting out the wimpy stems. This is exactly what you want your Limelight bushes to look like once you're done pruning. All I have here are my nice strong stem. There's no little wimpy scraggly stems. There's nothing crossing or touching. So yeah, this is what you want to go for when you're pruning your Limelights. All right, you guys, I got this bed all cleaned up and ready to go for the season. All of my Limelights have been freshly cut back and fertilized. I also cut back all of my Kreatyve, fertilized those as well. And then, y'all, I only had literally 3 weeds to pull out of this entire bed. 3. Like, when I tell y'all the landscape fabric that I used in this bed is the truth, y'all, I love it. I also used it on the other side of my house. We will check that out tomorrow. That will be tomorrow's project. But y'all, if you are looking for some nice heavy duty landscape fabric that will prevent those weeds from coming through, because this whole side was nothing but weeds a few years ago when I first started this bed, I will leave that down in the description box. Check it out. It will be also in my Amazon shop as well. But yeah, y'all, 3 weeds. Cannot beat that. But anywho, so the only thing I have left to do in this bed now is to test out my drip irrigation system just to make sure I don't have any leaks anywhere, which I probably will do within the next few weeks just because I'm not quite ready to turn my drip back on. And then I also need to pressure wash this side of the house, y'all. It looks disgusting. That will be a project probably for this weekend because I will need some help to get all the way up there. So yeah, but y'all, it feels so good to have this side of the house done, ready to go for the season. I will catch you guys tomorrow for Wednesday's cleanup project. Hey guys, happy hump day. So today is Wednesday and today's project is going to be cleaning up the east side of my house. This is my shade garden that I just created last fall. So everything in here is a clearance plant. It is also a fresh planting. So everything in here is quite new. And just taking a quick look, you guys, I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeds. Just taking a quick look with the naked eye that I need to pull out of this bed. So again, as I stated yesterday, if you guys are looking for some heavy duty, strong landscape fabric, again, check out my Amazon shop. Check out the links in my description box if you're interested in purchasing that. So let's go ahead and get to work. All right, you guys, so cleanup in this bed is all done, y'all. That was super quick and easy. I am at what? Looking at my time roller, I am just over 5 minutes, y'all. That was not bad at all. I only had 12 weeds to pull. I counted as I was pulling. But yeah, anywho, I'm super pleased with how this bed is coming back to life. I do have 2 of my little lilies coming back, as well as my hydrangeas in the back row. I did end up pulling out the acuba that I had planted here. It was completely root rot, you guys. It also was planted a little too close to this pot. This pot again is not here permanently, but I think I'm going to plant something here that loves moisture. Maybe another type of hydrangea or a fatsia. I'm not sure. Still thinking on that. My grasses are coming back already. And then I do have some hostas planted in between these diciliums. They are not peeking through yet. No signs of life, so I'm hoping that they make it through. I will give you guys a follow-up. Of course, I'll be doing garden tours as well as I plant this bed, fill it in. Again, here's my little lungwort that was dying in my front bed. It's coming back and it is starting to bloom, you guys. So super happy about that. But yeah, super quick cleanup over here. Loving it. Check it out, you guys. My tulips are finally in bloom. These are the only ones that bloomed last year. These are the exact same 3 actually that bloomed last year. So that's kind of a bummer, but I do still have some foliage coming up. So it doesn't look like I have any bloom stalks though. I may end up digging these bulbs up just because I really want this to fill in with just lamb's ear and relocating those tulips, but they're so pretty. Oh, y'all, I just love spring. I love seeing life and color at the beginning of a new season. Also, we got a nice thunderstorm, actually 2 days of thunderstorms recently, and look, you guys, my pansies have perked up. They're looking so much better than when I first showed you guys my before. So happy about that. They are going to stay in the ground until, again, I figure out what annuals I want to plant. And then also my daffodils are finally starting to come up. They are super delayed. Everybody else's daffodils are already bloomed and dying back now, and mine are still trying to grow. So it's okay. I'm just excited to see the growth. Hey y'all, so it is Thursday and it is freezing out here right now. It is 41 degrees. I'm definitely about to go inside and get my big winter coat to garden. But today I'm in my backyard. I'm going to be tackling these 2 beds behind me. I'm so sorry if this looks like fuzzy and blurry. I dropped my phone yesterday and it cracked my camera. So yeah, but my back camera still works, so that's what I'll be using to film. Y'all, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to record because the winds are actually like 30-mile-per-hour winds right now, so I'm going to try to film as much as I can, but the tripod will probably just blow over in the wind, so I might just work and then show y'all the after. So yeah, happy Thursday. Really quick, just a reminder of what I'm tackling today. This is the bed. I know, y'all, I'm sorry, it's so windy. You probably, ooh, look, see, stuff's blown over already. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work and I'll show y'all what it looks like in the end. It is so cold, oh my God. So y'all, I hope this works. I have literally stuck the tripod legs down into the ground, so hopefully this won't blow over. Y'all, just know that I love you. The things I go through just to film these shots for y'all.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes city dancing through the night, but I'm not there. You've got me soaring in the clouds. And as the ocean is surrounding me, baby, I'm sure we lost track of time. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever
right, you guys, so I finally got this bed all cleaned up. I cut back all of the perennials, cleaned out all of the weeds. I did not do any trimming on my 2 spireas here just because I feel like I want them to grow one more year and then I'll start shaping them. I did trim up my Hydrangeas on the back row. I'm thinking about pulling that tower boxwood just because neither one of them are doing too hot. And I know what I want to replace them with, so that will be coming soon. My daylilies are coming back lovely. I did do a pretty harsh prune job again on this Limelight tree this year just because it is so misshapen, you guys. I really don't like how this is grafted. Like, do y'all see that? It looks like it's almost double grafted. I don't know what that's about, but all of these stems are dead except for that one. You can still see the green in there. So yeah, I don't know, y'all. This tree is just going to be pretty lopsided. As you can see, there's like nothing on that side. It still blooms, so I'm gonna just let it do its thing. I'm not gonna hate on it too much. Moving right along, I did cut back the perennials and pull the weeds in this side of the bed as well. Y'all, we have gotten so much rain lately that my Celines are already fleshing out with new growth and coming into full bloom. Like, look at that. So pretty, you guys. And I picked these up on clearance for like $6 each last year from Home Depot, so I'm so happy with those. I have a drift on the other side as well, which I'll see tomorrow. But yeah, y'all, these bloom all the way up until fall, so if you're looking for a really tough perennial that performs all season long, definitely check out some Celines. I did also trim up my hibiscus tree here just a little bit. I had a few uneven limbs that needed to be evened up. My sunshine ligustrum is looking good. Hydrangeas are fleshing out. I did cut back all of my phlox spent blooms as well. These I transplanted last year. These used to live in my front bed for a couple years. So happy to see those coming back and doing well. And then lastly, I did clean out this pot and that pot there. So I will be tackling the other side tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for joining me on my Thursday night cleanup. I will catch you tomorrow. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. So today is going to be my last bed cleanup. So this is the last bed. This is the right side of my backyard. These 2 beds, there's actually 1 bed, but I call it 2 just because I connected these 2 together. Just need to clean these up. I got some leaves in the back I need to blow out. I need to prune my Limelight there, this Limelight tree here. I also need to cut back or shape my Hydrangeas growing in over there. I also need to pull out all of my annuals from last year lining these beds. I just left them in the ground because I was lazy last fall. So yeah, just a little bit of tidying and some weeds to pull over here. I do have some mulch that I need to put down in my front beds. As you guys can see, some of my drip is exposed in this bed, so I will be mulching this bed as well, but I'm going to wait until the mulch sale, which is in a couple of weeks, to do these back 4 beds back here. But my front beds are smaller, so I went ahead and bought the bags individually to take care of those. So yeah, not going to ramble too much. Let's just go ahead and clean up. guys, so I finally got this last bed all cleaned up and ready to go. You guys, this was the last bed that I had to clean, so it feels so good to have this done. I did pull out all of the annuals that were lining the front edge perimeter here. I also trimmed up everything, cleaned up around the base of all of my perennials. As you can see, my Celines are already coming into bloom. Also my lavender, I think these are actually, no, I think on the other side I have cat's pajamas. I can't remember what kind of lavender this is, but it's coming back, so I'm excited. I tried to blow out as many leaves from the back that I could. There's still a few back there, which I'm just gonna leave. They'll decompose, it'll be fine. I'll just mulch over them when I do get some mulch. Again, I'm waiting for the mulch sale. Pruned my Limelight bush in the back, as well as my Limelight tree here in the front. And then in this bed, I didn't do too much. I did not touch my spireas. I did trim off the spent blooms of my bobo here in the middle, cleaned up around the base of my Weigelas, and then I cleaned out the planter back there, and also threw away the broken pieces of this planter, pulled out the dead plant. But this planter I'm actually thinking about keeping, you guys. I'm not going to trash it. I have an idea to do kind of like a spilling floral arrangement out of it. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. I am going to be replacing my tower boxwood. As I stated yesterday, I will be replacing that one as well. So that will all be in another video. Again, this was just the cleanup process. So all of my planting and exciting stuff will be in other videos. But yeah, you guys, that is going to wrap up my Friday night. Tomorrow is Saturday, the last day of my week 1 garden cleanup, and I will be doing some mulching as well as a little bit of planting tomorrow, as well as pressure washing. So stay tuned. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Happy Saturday, you guys. So today's task is going to be laying down a fresh layer of mulch in my front bed. Hey, babies. Good night, Jory and Jensen. What y'all doing? You enjoying the fresh air? You enjoying watching me clean? While he's doing that, I am going to plant. Excited. Okay, you guys, so it is now the end of Saturday. The sun is going down, and I just wanted to take the time to show you what I got accomplished. I am sorry I did not film most of this just because the pressure washer was going. I didn't want my camera to get wet. I was getting wet. It was super loud, and it was just a lot going on. So for starters, I used to have 6 arborvitae balls in this hedge here. You guys, I did dig this one up just so that I could create a way for me to be able to move my trash cans in and out and the lawnmower in and out without having to partially swipe the side of my bush. So I dug it up, and let me show you where I relocated it. So here is the new home of the arborvitae. I did decide to add it to my mailbox bed. So I know I told you guys I was going to be doing a whole overhaul of this bed. I'm actually kind of pleased with the simplicity of how this looks. So I might not do too much more. Of course, I will be potting up my planters. So first what I did was I removed the pieris that was here. I also had a pieris over there. I put a planter in that spot and then popped in the arborvitae here. I think it looks nice with the hedge that I have going up my driveway. So yeah, I like the placement of this here. I am going to see if this one will come back. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's so stunted. It should look like the coneflower that's planted over there beside my planter box. So we'll see. But yeah, I have to have my symmetry, you guys. So I need my coneflower, holly coneflower, and then I have just a random ball sitting here. I did also trim up my abelia just a little bit, and I will need to relocate my little barberry over there because it is kind of out of place and too close to that planter. Still have not decided what I want to put in these pots yet, you guys, but that video will be coming soon. So yeah, I got this bed all done. Again, this is freshly mulched, ready to go. Okay, so here is the after of this bed, you guys. I'm so excited to finally have one bed completely done. This one is freshly mulched. I also decided to go in and give my barberries just a little bit of a haircut. I also did prune and shape my abelias here. That one I did a really harsh clean out on because there was a lot of dead in the center. Again, all of these were clearance plants, y'all. So I'm excited to see this one perform this year. It just feels so good to have it nice and tidy. I did pop in my little elephant planter here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that pot. That soil is actually from last year, so I need to clean it out. But yeah, this is the after of this bed. So while my friend was pressure washing, I decided to do a little bit of planting, you guys. So I have popped in just a few annuals to get ready for the season. I just couldn't pull out my pansies. I didn't have the heart to pull them out yet, so they are still here, and I know it looks kind of crowded right now, but trust me, you guys, it will look great. So first off, my daylily is looking amazing here, and then in front of it I planted a sweet potato vine, so hopefully that will fill in this area here. Again, it'll fill all the way to the edge. These pansies will not be here. And then I also popped in a Super Tunia Bordeaux here to fill in this space. These right here are some daffodil bulbs that are still coming up. I have a drift of them, and it looks like the buds are starting to swell, so they will die back, and I will have just the Super Tunia Bordeaux and the sweet potato vine lining the edgeway here once I remove the pansies. That's really all I did in this bed, you guys. I did clean up my lamb's ear. I also laid down a fresh layer of mulch in this bed, and I did start to clean my sidewalks. I also potted up 2 planters, so I popped in 2 Super Tunia Bordeaux in this one here, and the same thing is in that one there. So yeah, you guys, I'm just excited for the season. Like, I cannot wait to see some lush, pretty color. I still have not decided where I want to relocate my crepe myrtles, but that will be coming soon. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this entire week of cleaning up my garden with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it motivational and inspirational. You guys, it really does not have to be an overwhelming thing. If you just break it up, again, you're only supposed to be spending an hour a day just in one room. So if you break it up the way that I did, or if you don't have 10 garden beds, just pick one task and do that. Most of my tasks didn't even take me the full hour, maybe 30 to 45 minutes. But if you just, for example, want to take Monday, just do your weeding. Tuesday night, do all your pruning. Wednesday, do all your fertilizing. Just do small, simple little tasks a little bit at a time so that you're not overwhelmed. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Share it with a friend. Comment down below how your spring cleanup is going. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.